Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we're gonna take a look at another dwarf on dwarf, one of my favorite combos in the game. I really have a lot of fun seeing a different side of the dwarves than I usually do. The very defensive, um, artillery-focused builds that you usually see with the dwarves aren't as common in a dwarf on dwarf combat. But here we're going to see the two totally different ideologies. The typical dwarf build versus the rush dwarf build. Here you can see I have a main line of 4 miners and 2 longbeards with great weapons, just to make sure it stays in the fight a little bit longer. I got my 2 Thanes with their healing potions. I have good old Grombrindle. I'm going to pause right here. I've got Grombrindle here from the DLC. He's my favorite lord to bring in the dwarfs versus dwarfs, just because of the massive armor-piercing weapon strength damage he has. I have 1 unit of Thunderers out here in the front. Everybody is glowing. I have Rangers with great weapons on each side. One of them, Ulthar's Rangers on the left. I have 2 Gyrocopters, and I have a cannon. My Thanes here supporting the sides, and my Runesmith and Grombrindle supporting the middle. The Runesmith has all the buffs here that he can possibly get, so he's really expensive, but the missile resistance and the melee attack I think is really important, especially when I'm not going to bring a Thorgrim. We'll pop over to his army. He is a very defensive army. You can see 4 artillery pieces supported here by this master engineer. That's a good choice because he really helps. If you're spending this much money here, it really helps have this master engineer to make sure these pay off. He's got a main line of 4 longbeards without great weapons, so you can see the kind of defensive ideology here, and his 2 Thunderers out in front, and then 2 Gyrocopters. I definitely think these Gyrocopters with Brimstone guns are a great pick. In any battle, I always bring at least 2 as the dwarves. And I'm going to see that he really has this artillery. He really is going to win this artillery fight, so I'm going to start moving up immediately. I'm going to start opening fire on his Longbeard line here with my cannon. Oh. I'm now thinking potentially a Grudge Thrower would have been a better pick just because it costs less money, but when I was picking my army, I forgot to put artillery in there, and so I was like scrambling to change my army last minute. You can see him here completely decimating this miner's unit with all his artillery, but you know, even if he killed like 6 miner units, he would still not pay for all that artillery. I would much rather, if I was him, I would probably be targeting these Longbeards with great weapons. That would be a much better target. You get much more money for your cost, and you get a very dangerous unit off the field. I definitely see that he has a shorter line than me, so I'm going to definitely push the advantage here with these Rangers with great weapons. And then I'm going to move this miner into the spot where this miner is, just because I know this miner is not going to make it to the enemy lines. I'm more than happy for him to be shooting at these miners. I just need to be able to crash through this main line as quick as possible, and that's why I'm targeting his Longbeards here with my cannon rather than his artillery or his Thunderers. I really just need to rush through, crack his main body of troops as fast as humanly possible. He's going to move his Gyrocopters here to the side. I'm going to be opening fire here with my Thunderers. And I'm going to take this chance to move my Gyrocopters here to the side and open fire into the flank of these Longbeards. He's going to move these guys over here, and I'm going to say that's a great chance for my Thunderers to shine, take out these Gyrocopters. I'm also going to move up these Quarrelers with great weapons to get these guys off the field. But you can see I'm doing considerable damage here to the side of this Longbeard's unit in a relatively short period of time. I do actually fail to get my bombs off with these guys, but I think that's okay. I'm not very good at microwing the bombs, as you guys have seen in previous videos and in my Grombrindle campaign. Let's see if we can, if this is going to be a good shot. Oh boy. Yeah, that's like 5 dwarves hit right there. I moved my Thane up, and he's opening fire with all of his Thunderers here into my Thane. And that's what I like. You know, I'd rather have him shoot that guy than anybody else. I'm going to move these Ulthar's Rangers around to fire into the flank of these Longbeards. And you can see he's turned one of his cannons here to even shoot at my gyrocopters. But you can definitely see my idea here. Crack this main line. I need to get through this main line to get to this artillery, or I'm not going to make it through this match. Here I pop my healing potion just because I don't want to have to micro that or miss him by accident. And I'm going to just move all my troops up. You can see my 2 miners completely destroyed. This game might have been different if he had targeted my Longbeards instead. There goes one of my gyrocopters. But I'm about to rout one of his as well. And so you can see me moving around this side, supporting this miners that would usually lose, probably. But they're going to win decisively with the ranger support. Here, yeah, you can see Longbeards just between getting shot in the back and charged by great weapons and a Thane. It's just there's not much that main line can do. Yeah. Here you can see Grombrindle cutting some folk apart. Maybe these dwarves allied with the greenskins, and so he gave a grudge. Here you can see Ungrim Iron Fist gets decked by a cannon. I did not notice that in the battle. But I'm definitely going to see him charging in, and I'm going to be changing Grombrindle's target here real quick to Ungrim, and I'm also going to hit that smoke bomb. Lower his defense incredibly, 34. And you can see I'm not even microing this very well, but my miners are doing a great job here against the Longbeards. This side's going to break. I'm going to move these miners in, and then I'm going to change the target over here to these guys. He also didn't get his Thunderers out of combat. It might have been nice if he would pull them back and then done like I had done in my previous video versus the Greenskins and kind of shot into the flanks as I kind of surrounded his unit. But maybe, you know, we all have micro issues, especially me, as you guys have seen. And it was very hard to control all these troops. But here, I'll close in here for this face-off. Oh! But Grombrindle, especially with the added buffs from the Runesmith nearby, is going to eat Ungrim Iron Fist alive. Especially with the Longbeard support. He doesn't have much of a chance. Oh! Definitely 2 titans of the... Oh, and there he goes. Definitely 2 titans of the Warhammer world. You can see some of his troops coming back. My Thane here trying to deal with this Master Engineer. But actually the Master Engineer is winning. I think he has armor-piercing attacks, potentially. But my Thane starts to lose, and so I'm going to move Grombrindle in here to support. And you can see, yeah, just once I got through that main line and caught those Thunderers, it was pretty much over. Still a close victory, and yeah, let's take a look at the kills here. Wow, 45 on this Grudge Thrower, 43. So it seems like these 2 potentially definitely paid for themselves. Maybe not these 2. Yeah. Our gyrocopters with brimstone guns, I think, essentially traded. Neither of them doing very well. His were obviously targeting mine, so they didn't get very many kills. And mine were targeting those Longbeards, so they got a small amount of kills here. You can see he shut down these miners completely. 0 kills, 5 kills. But you know what? That's okay. They took the volleys. That's what they're almost there for. You can see my Ulthar's Rangers on that flank doing a great job. This Ulthar's Ranger, XP Chevron there, from killing probably the gyrocopters, and then, you know, cleaning up the rest of the troops, got them the rest of those kills. 47 on my Great Cannon, probably paid for itself, potentially, I don't know. Not very good kills here on Grombrindle or the Thane, but they were there more for morale support. This Thane did pretty well with 24 kills. 45 here on these Longbeards, definitely worth bringing at least a couple of these for their Encourage aura if your heroes get killed, and they just have good, decent melee stats. Night Thunders here, all they did was damage some of the Thunderers and deal with those Gyrocopters. But that was one of the main reasons I brought them, was to deal with those Gyrocopters that I imagined coming. So, yeah, overall, good game to Welsh Dragonfire, and that's that.